Hey guys, welcome to CC Cycle 2, Week 1. This video is going to be real short, just talking about how we handled new grammar, so you have some fun ideas if there were any songs, and then I'll be sending another video that is just going to be reciting the memory work once through the way we did it. So I may do hand motions with it, but I'm not going to do any talking, just so if you're having that day and you're like, I just can't remember how the song went or how the hand motions went, you don't have to watch a whole big long video. You can just hear it and see it all played out real quick. Okay, so this is the more explanatory, but I'll try to keep it to a few minutes because I know how we can be busy in our homeschool life and we don't want to watch a 20-minute video. So timeline, we sang it naturally because this is probably the most well-known one, kind of like the skip count songs. We hear it every cycle. So sing it a time or two, we sung it. And then we had the timeline cards all out of order and they had to shuffle around and put them in order by the numbers. So I wrote the numbers on the board so that way it was a little easier for them to match it if it took longer. So that's timeline. Then for history, we did some hand motions to the song. So in 800, make an 8, during the medieval period, so draw out the sword, and during the medieval period, sword fighting, okay? And they all love that. And then Pope Leo the Third, so Pope, we're going to make a big tall hat. Leo the Third, and then you can kind of keep the three hands. Crowned Charlemagne, Holy Roman Emperor of Europe. And that was the hand motions. So for science, what occurred on each day of creation? We did some hand motions for this too. So the hand motions for this, day 1, earth, space. Just kind of bring your hands down for earth to draw the earth, and then space is, just coming up because then we're in space, right? And then time, point to your watch, light. So light goes forth. Then day 2, atmosphere. They can just kind of wiggle their hands all around because it makes you think of the air. And then day 3, dry land and plants. Day 4, we have sun, moon, and stars. So sun is the big circle, and then moon, little circle, and then stars all over the place, like you're throwing stars. Day 5, fish, sea creatures, and birds. So fish is, you got your little fish. Sea creatures get a little bigger, right? And then birds just flap the wings. And then for day 6, land animals. So, because, we all think of tigers for some reason. Land animals. And then Adam and Eve was fun. You just take, if you're a girl, you point to yourself for Eve. And if you're a boy, you point to yourself for Adam. And then you point to a boy or a girl in the room for Adam or Eve, and just alternate it out. So it made them think about it a little bit, and it's just kind of a fun last minute hand motion at the end. So for math, we did some math exercise. So I had this little 6-sided dice with different exercises. So the 2 song takes a little longer to sing, and naturally that would be a lot of exercise if we did it that many times. So for the 1s, we roll the dice for the different exercises. For the 2s, we did stretches and, a few fun things. So for English, 8 parts of speech. Have little shakers. Okay, this song is not in the CC curriculum. So I'll do the chant real quick, and then I'll do it also in the other video. So I'm not the best with rhythm, but it's just all about shaking the shakers. I'm just going to shake the shakers. 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Woo! 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, verb, and adverb. Conjunction, interjection, preposition, adjective. Woo! And then they just can keep going. And then for our Latin, OST, mustis, unt. Okay, and this, we had targets on the wall with all the different first conjugation, present tense endings, and cool little Nerf bow and arrows, because who doesn't want a bow and arrow during our medieval period? So they had to try to shoot the cards as they sang them. So that's a fun one too. And then finally, geography. So, for geography, I'll be doing this all throughout where, I have a map that has the names of the places and the nations and the waters and everything we go through, and one that doesn't, which is the one that we want them to be able to do so they can do it from memory. But since some of our kids are still working on the reading skills, sometimes I'll have them use this so they can try to read the words as well, and then other times using the black line maps. This week we started with this so that way they can become familiar, but it's also fun. Look for the one with the A, and it kind of rings a bell to them if they're struggling with it. But then there was a fun song that went with this too. There's a lot of pieces to this, so I just wanted to maximize what they learn, not just we put dots on the map for each continent and each ocean and then erased them, but then also sang the song. So the song goes: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Southern Ocean. And then it kind of helps them remember all the words as they hear that in their head over and over again. So that was it for the new grammar. And there'll be a second email or a second link in the email sent to you as well. That or if you're tuning in and finding this video and you're like, oh, I want to see the second video, it will be under the same title for the same week, but just the shortened video, and it will just have everything right through so you can listen to it, remember what it is, and move forward in your homeschool day. So happy CC, happy homeschooling, and I hope you have an awesome week. Bye-bye.